Hey everybody, how you doing today? I am here on 34th Street and 8th Avenue. I am actually going to walk to the vessel today, to the High Line. Show you guys how to get there from here at 34th Street at the corner of 34th and 8th Avenue.
I was invading you for a while.
So this is the subway station. 34th and Street at Penn Station. And then right here is the famous New Yorker Hotel on the corner. And the usual sounds of the city. Then over here is Penn Station, Madison Square Gardens. Everything over there. Midtown Manhattan. And then again, there is the Empire State Building. That would be at the corner of 34th Street and 5th Avenue. And then if I was to walk 8th, 7th to 6th Avenue, that would be where Macy's is. Well, actually from 7th to 6th, so it takes up the entire block. But just a couple blocks that way is Macy's, Herald Square. Then you can take a left from 34th and walk straight up to Times Square at 242nd Street. So we're in Midtown, everything's pretty close. But let's turn around and we'll walk up to, or over to, the High Line or the vessel. So if you ever wanted to know where the New Yorker is, a lot of you stay there. Nice hotel. And this is it. Sorry, buddy. And we're looking uptown right here, uptown 8th Avenue. And that would take you all the way up, straight up at 59th Street would be Columbus Circle. And then after that is up to the Upper West Side, and 125th Street would be Harlem, where the Apollo Theater is, and some shopping, and it takes you up to Washington Heights, all the way up to the Bronx. And then as I look downtown here, this would take you downtown to Lower Manhattan, to the West Village, to West 4th Street, to Washington Square Park. So this is the A train line right here and the C train. I think it's one of the biggest arteries I take, meaning the subway, because it will take me all the way into Brooklyn as well. It will take me all the way almost to Coney Island as well if you hop onto the D train as well. And so the D train also runs downtown here, but it's over on by Macy's is the D train, and that'll take you to Rockefeller Center. But anyway, I'm giving you a lot of information here. Let's keep walking. So you can already see the Hudson Yards, which is actually where the High Line is, and the vessel. Straight ahead, these tall, modern, new buildings. That you see in the middle of the screen is called the Edge. At the top of that building that sticks out there, that is the tallest overlook in the Western Hemisphere, and it has a glass bottom that you can kind of see, so you can walk out onto that. It actually opens in March. So that'll be the tallest overlook that you can walk out onto. I don't know if I can do it. I might be a little nervous, but there's also a restaurant right there, which is on the 101st floor. And the views are spectacular. So when you come to New York, that is another item to see that you can put on your list. You can go to the restaurant to the 101st floor, and also walk out onto the edge, the ledge of the edge. So like I said, that is Hudson Yards. That's where we're going to see the vessel and the beginning or the top of the High Line here at 34th Street, in between 10th and 11th Avenue. So we're walking on 34th Street. We're walking west toward the Hudson. So the Hudson is just a few avenues that way as well. And then New Jersey would be on the other side of the Hudson. So this side of Manhattan, walking this direction, would be toward New Jersey. And if I walk the other direction, that would take us toward the East River, or the Brooklyn Bridge, the Manhattan Bridge, the Williamsburg Bridge, The 59th Street Bridge or the Queensboro Bridge is all over there. Roosevelt Island, Queens, Brooklyn.
Well, I was looking at the redo the end. They'd have to redo the ending with somebody else.
But the Hudson Yards is a brand new multi-billion-dollar development here in Manhattan. It's close to being finished, but it's the biggest project, I think, in Manhattan on the west side since the Rockefeller Center area was built. So this is the new addition to the west side of Manhattan to bring more people over to the west side. Look at these skyscrapers, they're amazing. And the reflection of the clouds in the sky, it's pretty spectacular. So we got 2 more blocks and we'll walk over to the vessel. So right here now we're on 9th Avenue. I want to point out too, on the corner here is B&H Photo. If you're a photographer, that is a photographer's dream. Videographer, photographer, amazing. Probably one of the most popular and biggest photo enthusiast spot in the country. So as we look up, let's look up a little bit closer if we can too. Way up there, look at that, is that crazy? You can see the glass bottom kind of up there. Beautiful buildings. Actually, when I first moved to New York, 7 years ago this summer, I stayed right here near the High Line, and they were building this upper extension of the High Line, and it was construction 24/7. But it's the signs of New York, and it's the only city finally that I can sleep through, hearing jackhammers, construction, yelling, sirens. The city does it to you. Yes, fall asleep to the sounds of the city.
I got a good chip.
Almost there. This place is a good place to stop if you want a soda, something to eat. But they have a lot of restaurants now here since the High Line or the Hudson Yards has opened. And there's also a mall inside the Hudson Yards, which is incredible. It is very high end, but it's really, really amazing to see. So we're gonna cross the street up here at the end of the block, go half a block, and you will see the Hudson Yards and the High Line and the vessel. I actually did a tour and met then some people, some friends stayed here at the Courtyard Marriott right here. I think it's a great location. This is where I met them. Because look at all this construction. It's so, everything's going up so quickly. Sorry. So this is all part of the Hudson Yards right here. That's 5th Avenue over there. And there's also a really cool Spanish market. It's like Little Italy, or Italy, I should say. It's like Italy, but it's the Spanish version. It's amazing. I don't know the specific name of it, but it's really cool. Can't miss it when you're here. And this right here is the High Line. I can see the High Line going over the avenue right here, going over 10th Avenue. So much construction. I'm gonna zip through here. So the Hudson Yards and High Line will be right to my left in just a few minutes, a few seconds. I can see the opening. Yoki, right up here. I can see it to my left. That's where you walk in, right here. And so the Hudson is just 2 more avenues. I can see that's New Jersey across the river we're looking at. I'll show you. As soon as we get out of this tunnel, so to speak. So, okay, over there on the High Line, or the Skyline, I should say, over there, that is New Jersey. And now, so here is the subway will take you here. The 7 train will take you here, my friends. And so, you know, there's about 7 or 8 cars on a subway. So if you're in the back of the subway, that's where one of the exits is. And then up here is the other exit, or entrance, I should say. And you can see right here the vessel. And then we're looking also up, way up. That building in the middle of the screen is amazing. I went to a birthday party for my dear friend Barbara Zobian a month or 2 ago, and the views were incredible up there. It is so high tech that I got on the elevator and I had no idea how to use it. The buttons and everything is just, everything was just very high tech. I didn't figure it out though. But I will show you guys. So you can still see the Empire State Building way over there. That's on 5th Avenue and 34th, peeking through the Empire State Building. And then looking over toward New Jersey again, waiting for the light to change. Here it goes. I mean, this is insane, the development here. Since when I moved here 7 years ago, none of this was here. This was all basically just you know, old railways, and wasn't a desirable part of town, and now it's completely different. So here you are. Here's the 7 train. This will take you straight to Times Square if you hop on here, or from Times Square to the Hudson Yards. It's that easy to get here. These are the steepest escalators I've ever seen. I did a video here recently. It was a time lapse video with some music to it. All right. Of course, we have our street food. It's kind of windy, but when there was the blackout here in New York City last summer, I don't know, off the top of my page here, you'll see that I was on CNN talking about it. This is where we went. So it's the CNN Center is way, way, way up top here at the top of this building. It was insane, the views way up there. It was really cool to see the views of the city from way, way up there. Sorry, it might be windy. So that's the vessel right there. I put my hood on, it's kind of cold. The vessel is usually packed, especially in the summertime. So this is miles and miles of stairs. You just walk around and you get great views. It's pretty cool. And then right here, this little building right there is where you get your tickets. They are free. You just have to get a ticket to go into the vessel. And then over here is the shops here at Hudson Yards. It's a beautiful mall. It's really, really nice inside. Really, really, really beautiful. And then here is the exit of the vessel. You're gonna walk in to the right, but here's the exit. Little small pedestal is the bottom of the vessel that holds this entire structure up. Is that not insane? And then people are entering over here on the right side of the building. You can see them walking in. We're just gonna walk over here so I can show you the Hudson River. And that's New Jersey across the Hudson. And this is what this entire billion-dollar, multi-billion-dollar neighborhood is built upon, is on top of these railways. So right now, this whole structure, this whole area, this whole neighborhood is literally on top of this little pedestal, which is insane to me. It's the amazing marvels of New York City architecture and building. And as I turn around, this right here is called the Shed, which is a performing arts center. And then again, here is the vessel. It's a great view right here, looking at the vessel. And the building to the right is the one with the edge with that really tall overlook opening next month, or in March. But the High Line, technically, I just kind of walked onto the High Line right here. That's how you can walk to the High Line, I'll show you. But this right here, right, probably, that's called the Javits Center, it's a convention center. You see where those buses are in the middle of the screen? That's where the entrance to the High Line is. Then you can walk all along the bottom here. There's a walkway on the other side of the trains. It just kind of loops around. And then what it's going to do is going to loop. I'll show you. It kind of loops, and then you can kind of see it looping around here, how the rail kind of wraps around. You can see people walking on it. So that is the High Line still. That just wraps around, then it joins right here, and that's where I'll end the video, is to show you guys where the High Line connects right here to the Hudson Yards.
Stop.
Oops, sorry. Almost ran right into those kids. Okay, so here's the shed again. It's really cool because the shed actually, it's on these huge wheels, and that the really cool pattern you see right here, this gray pattern, which is that part of the shed, it completely moves out and in for performances and things like that. It's really cool. Genius. Looking at all these other buildings that are joining the Hudson Yards that are being built right now. Just gonna walk over here and I'll let you guys go. But like I said, this is the shops at Hudson Yards. We'll walk in for just a second. Chinese New Year right now, so they have some really cool lanterns here. The kids running around in the roundabout here. Jesus. I'm gonna pay attention to my backpack. Okay.
That's my job right now.
See, so you can go way up here at the shops here. See people up there. And then there's escalators over here that'll take you upstairs, and then escalators take you up to every level too. And then you can see the, let me straighten my phone out here. You can see the lanterns for the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the rat, I think. And then you can see the vessel through the windows. This thing's going too fast with the backpack and everything on.
It's for me?
Okay. Sorry. I've got a lot of gear on, so I don't want to get caught in the revolving door. So this is the shed again.
What time is it? Wait,
So
maybe
if
the
it's
flag.
cold and while it's
Then you can see the huge wheels here that just rolls out. Right there.
3, 1, 2, 1.
you tell me.
So I'm going to turn around so you guys can see the vessel here. And I always say when you're walking around in New York City, always look behind you because the views are incredible behind you as well. And sometimes you miss out on these incredible views. And I'll actually take some friends when I do tours. I'll walk down a street and I'll say, hey, turn around. And they're like, oh my gosh, like it's a huge like Empire State Building or World Trade Center. You know, you got to keep looking around because the views are insane. Every single corner you take. Whoop. So here is the High Line. This is where it picks back up. So the High Line technically then would start right here if you walk through the You walk through the Hudson Yards, and this is the building, the Ulm building. When I first moved to New York City, this is where I stayed. And this is because they were doing all this construction. It was very loud. And this is the High Line. And all I'm going to do is walk up to Zaha Hadid's building that she designed here on the High Line. It's one of my favorites. And I want you guys to see the beauty of it. And then I'll say goodbye. And there it is. There is Little Spain. It's like a version of Italy, but it's Little Spain. It's really, really cool. So I've been there. They have great food, great sangria. Really recommend it. And the High Line actually extends out there, but it stops. You can see it just goes. You can walk out here. You can see it. Oops. See the High Line where that statue is, and then to the left of the screen. To the left of the screen, you can see the Empire State Building. These phone stabilizers sometimes. The Empire State Building right there.
He was impressed by this one.
So let's just walk to this building, designed by Zaha Hadid. I'll show you guys. So we are now walking on the High Line, and it has a lot of beautiful architecture, a lot of beautiful artwork. I really recommend it. It takes you from 34th Street, where we just were, down to 12th Street. So we're gonna walk through the Chelsea neighborhood on the west side. And it's you're gonna pass by restaurants. There's exits to walk down the stairs to get off whenever you want. But I think it's really cool. You can walk down to 12th Street to the meatpacking district, and then you can walk through it, and you can go to Chelsea Market, which I really recommend. Absolutely love Chelsea Market. But some really, 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 really cool artwork and cool buildings, cool designs. In the summertime, though, it is really challenging to walk through the High Line. But it's worth it. It's really cool. So this is the building coming up on our right by Zaha Hadid.
He sold to another company, right?
And I have to do that again.
Sorry, buddy. That's a cool water tower, artistic water tower. And then this is the building by one of my favorite architects, right here on the corner. I mean, right here on the High Line.
If I mistake, you know.
It's beautiful. By Zaha Hadid. What a beautiful, beautiful building. So I'll just walk up here so you get a little better view of the building. These phone stabilizers. This one is, I'm going to tell you, it's by, I don't recommend it. It is, I just need a new one. ZHIYUN. Got a lot of challenges with it. But isn't that beautiful? Then it's looking up, you can see the edge on the left side of the building. And then, sorry, so sorry. And again, we're looking at this beautiful building by Zaha Hadid. Okay guys, thanks for hanging out. We'll end right over here so you can see this really awesome view. Looks like I like these three structures, these three artworks. We have Amor, love, and then we have, it's in Hebrew too right here. It says love. love, and love. So that's a good way to end the video. And thanks everybody, have a great day. Any questions, message me. And I'll talk to y'all soon.